That's
Um,
true. Yeah.
let's move on to a different topic on to something we've not covered in this on this channel before. So basically, this video we saw the video of the couple, the couples who were
No, I
where
think
she
it's
said
I think
that
I think it's couple, not couples.
a million pardons.
Yeah.
The couple rather, she
Yeah.
said that she respects. I think the issue was that she didn't definitely say she loves her husband and that is why she married him.
Mm,
She was talking about other virtues he possesses and
yeah.
that is why she married him. So what do you think about
Mhm.
that? Basically, is love necessary for marriage? And is she wrong in her assertion that in saying that love wasn't her primary consideration when she married her husband?
You can be, how can I support that? How can I make sure that whatever you want to do, you're doing it till now, my influencer thing, he's not a social media person. If there's anywhere that is zero social media, he's not a social media person. But knowing that it's something I want to do, knowing it's something that is important to me, he's like, okay, how can it be better? How can we do this? How can we do this? So I feel for me,
Hello?
having
Oh,
that
it's here.
person that
Never mind.
supports me in that way,
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing that's if there was anything I was like, okay, I think let me marry this person. Was that not? It was never a feeling of, oh my days, I like this guy
So,
so
but are you
much.
in love now?
Now, what does that
No
mean?
pressure. No, you said it was not that at the start. So I'm just wondering, are you in love now?
I don't even. What does love mean?
You tell me what you're feeling.
I feel like there's something special in here, and I feel like you grow. The more we grow, the more we develop, and love grows. Yeah, I think.
Kenneth, the
I
form
think.
hard guy. Say I love you.
I but I feel
Say it.
loved, and
See, she done the
I
talk.
feel I give you love.
I agree. I just the
Exactly.
talker.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
See,
I don't even like the oh my days I love you because people say I love you and they will do crazy things. So I don't use the balance of someone telling me I love you a million times to say, oh, this person must love me. What matters to me is, do you show up for me if I call you? If I need something, are you there? That's what. So I feel, are we there for each other as much as possible? I think so. So that's my answer. That's my answer.
guys, there's pasta. There's
I think first of all is we need to know what love is. We need to define what love is, and if we define what love is, we'll understand that some things that people identify as. At least I actually watched the video where you sent it to me, and I saw that the things she defined actually are those things that what they're in the bracket of love, basically. Is caring. Because I look at love from the definition in the Bible in Corinthians about love is kind, love is no, it's very long anyway. So those are like
Mm.
values. Those are the things you're meant to check for to define okay what love is. So if somebody or identity is checking those boxes, the person is already doing what love is meant to be doing. You understand? So
Mm.
of course, so in our defense, if the guy is doing all those things, yeah, then the guy is already doing what love is meant to be doing. But maybe I think maybe in her own case, she doesn't define love like that. She sees love from the you know averagely what is if you go out and ask people what's love, people feel love is this feeling, butterflies, that's strong pull. But it's most time it's not really like that. It's when you check all those that boxes that strong pull even happens. You understand? Most time because it attaches you to the person.
Exactly.
So
The love comes with ticking but basically let's assume that so what people are basically saying is that why didn't you wait to feel like why didn't you tick all the boxes after ticking the boxes? Why didn't you not feel that love before you got married? See, this is my own opinion. Since I really don't have any issue with what she said. Let me ask you a question as a man. What do you
yeah.
prioritize, love or respect? Like, what emotion do you want your woman to have more towards you? Or do you just, what do you want her to have love for you more? Or do you want respect more? Or do you think for you, is respect not an issue? Do you prioritize love? What do you think? What is your own?
I don't think anybody can love me without respecting me.
I disagree. I think someone can love you and not respect you.
If you say you love me, and you don't. If you say you love me, and you don't respect me, then it's not love for me. You're just having a feeling. Is there something? That's what I'm saying.
You
Because
can love
for
your
me,
sibling. You can love your sibling and disrespect your sibling. My siblings love me, but sometimes they
no,
have disrespected me. But
sometimes it
doesn't mean
happens.
they don't
Sometimes,
love
but
me.
when I say it off, when I was saying when we're talking about in relationship now, it's a constant thing, disrespecting all around.
Yeah,
Like they want to do.
yes. But for me, people over emphasize this love. And there's something
Exactly.
you said.
I
There's
agree
something you
with you.
said, in my opinion, that in a way, I think that should lead us to who this woman is, in the sense that her definition of love is, she has explained it. He's supportive. He's caring.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
understands her. He's dependable. He's capable.
Simple.
She talked about his
Yeah.
availability, the fact that she's supportive,
Mm.
and also one you also to have to understand there's cultural differences. And
Yeah.
this is me. And people can disagree. People can claim otherwise. But me, for my own lived experience, the
Mm.
idea of love for a lot of Igbo girls is
Mm.
different. The idea of love for a lot of Igbo girls, especially ones that are very Igbo family centered, is very, very
Yeah.
different. The
Mm.
idea of love is capability.
Yeah.
They don't overemphasize butterflies. They
Yeah.
cannot love a man who is not capable. That is the truth. They don't understand what it means. That's why you hear people always say, I was dating this girl, Igbo girl, because I'm using her because she's an Igbo girl also. And
Yeah.
I can also make this assertion because I'm an Igbo man. For someone
Okay.
who comes on my head.
Yeah.
So people will say, suddenly, I didn't know when she went and married somebody else. She saw it, she just felt you were not serious, you were not ready, you're not capable, you were not. So they like people who are more who are serious, who are ready, who are available. That's why you
Mm.
see when the man will say things like, you will see a man will meet an Igbo man will meet an Igbo woman in 3 months' time and say, he will meet you like after 1 week, he tells you, I want to marry you. In
Yeah.
a lot of places, it sounds weird, but for them, it's
Oh,
not
true.
really. It's not doesn't mean anything. It's like, okay, no problem, because he has already seen. He doesn't want to see again. He has seen everything.
Yeah. I guess because he assumes
He
he's already
wants to see.
ticks.
He sees
I
that you like
guess.
family. He sees that you are a
Yeah.
hardworking person. He sees you're educated.
And so I assume that
So it
he
depends.
sees that you've ticked all the
Yeah,
boxes. I assume that he's seen that he can tick all those boxes of
exactly,
what he defines as love for you, which is providing for you, protecting you, being there for you. You
exactly,
know, so he's ticking all those boxes. So in a definition, she's right in a definition, but I think
exactly. And the funny thing is, for many of these ones that I know,
yeah,
sorry to cut you short, bro. And from my own experience, from some of my friends that I know who have gone through this route of, okay, they didn't necessarily have this love feeling that people want,
yeah,
that excessive butterflies. Many
yeah,
of them, ultimately, they end up loving that butterfly grows in this marriage. For my own friends who I know,
yeah,
because they emphasize more on who the person is as an individual, apart from how they feel about him. And over
yeah,
time, you see that they have this, they grow so affect the love is, you don't need to ask, it is ever present.
yeah,
Obviously, no two cases are similar, but this is some of my own experiences. So when
yeah,
people were attacking her, I didn't really get the problem because I don't see the
yeah.
issue. So I don't know.
I think the reason why people were attacking her was because she couldn't specifically just simply just say, "I love him." And that's what I'm saying. People's
Yes.
expectations sometimes it's. I want us to look at it from with an open mindset. And that's why I started with the definition of love and what it means for different people. Most of us, our parents didn't do all this dating for 6 months, 2 years before they got married, though. And some of them, not all of them, some of them they've been married for over 50 years. Some of them they grew old and died together. Some of them they can't even eat without the other person. Of course they're always the bad, the negative, the ones that won't things won't go well. But it's something you can also grow. It's like when you build friendship, you understand. When we met many years ago in school, we're not close now. We were just, Alpha, how you did, good morning, good, and over time we built, and now we're more like brothers right now. You understand? Your mom can call me, my mom can call you. You understand? There's that connection that is there. We've built what we got some sort of friendship, some sort of bond. You understand? And that's because we both accepted ourselves the way we are. We know we are checking some boxes. So if we look at it in the life of like a man and woman, it's somehow you could fit it into that context that if this person is taking these boxes that you define as love for yourself, then ultimately it means you love the person. Yeah, so as I was saying, once the person ticks all the boxes, then obviously the person is fulfilling the purpose of love for you. And so if she says yes, and the person on that side of the stick, which is the husband, accepts that okay, this person is doing everything that defines love for me, then for sure, both of them they are fine. I think the issue of relationship and marriage and love, I don't like talking about it because I feel that there are not two cases on earth that is the same.
Exactly.
It's always different for everybody. Like there are not two cases of we've seen people whose marriages have been the best even after their first divorce. We've seen people whose so and people will say, oh, it's not like that. Some people so I just see, you know what, the people who can best describe it are people in it. Aside them, if they're okay with it, aside them, every other person would our advice is not there. We should just leave them. Whatever I don't say is there, they're in it,
Yeah,
yeah. So
that
I
is
wish
true.
them.
And
I wish them well. Actually, yeah. I wish
and
them
I
well.
honestly, I find the relationship quite healthy. And one of the things about healthy relationships, in my opinion, is openness, truthfulness,
Yes.
and
True.
recognizing exactly where you are at that stage of your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And this idea that someone made a point of that why they cannot marry somebody who they don't love is that what if something happens? What if the person is incapacitated? Then how do you what do you, how will you take care of the person? That you can only do that if you love the person. Well, yeah, I guess if that is something that's a fair point. Yes, that's a fair point.
Mm-hmm.
But oftentimes you are working under the premise that what the person feels. Okay, let me put it this way. The problem I have a lot of times is English language. English language or our use of it has a way of blanketing us,
Mm-hmm.
putting a
Mm-hmm.
box on how we think about something.
Mm-hmm.
We forget that because of if you don't use love, doesn't mean that without love, you
Mm-hmm.
cannot perform another action. I'm
Yeah.
always emphasizing the fact that sometimes think without English, think with your local language, think with pidgin,
Yeah.
because it might help you to massage this idea, massage your thoughts a bit better.
True.
Like because the idea of saying, okay, it must only when love is present that you can take care of a partner who is unavailable, who is incapacitated, is not true.
Actually, it's not.
Even the
Yeah.
way, even your friend, even a friend that has been good to you, has shown
Yeah.
you love, has showed you, when I mean love, okay, let us say I showed you love, I showed you respect, I showed you kindness. You can even see reciprocate that gesture. It doesn't mean I love the person in that sense,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
is, I feel it, even the sense of duty is also profound here.
Yeah. This
The
sense of
sense of
friendship to the
family,
person.
even sense
Exactly.
of family is profound. I'm talking
Mm.
of even the concept of marriage, even if someone is incapacitated, the sense
Yeah.
of duty you have towards that person is there.
Yeah.
The sense of family you have towards that person is there. The sense of responsibility,
Yeah.
the sense of purpose, the commitment. There are many
Yeah.
other things that can make you do what you have to do for your partner in a marriage, aside
Yeah.
from your European definition of love,
Yeah.
aside from
I agree
your
with
understanding
I,
of what love is.
I agree
Because
with you.
they keep on making it as if it's like, what's this lady that used to write romance book when we were in school? I never read all those things, but girls used to run up and down with her books. It just feels like you guys are living in a novel. Do you
Yeah.
think, are you living in real life?
That's why I had to start with that definition from the Bible about what love is, because that was the best way that I think God wanted us to understand love from those points. Like you have to break it down. Love is this, love is that, love is this, love is that. If anybody can fulfill, or if anything can fulfill these things, understand that this person is showing you love already. Yo, I'm sure. I don't know if your father has ever told you that he loves you straight away. My dad, before he died, never told me he loved me. He will only say that, okay, I like all of you, my children, but he still messes up. But I know that in depth, the love is there. Because at least he fulfills some of those things somehow. You understand? But
Mm.
in his own case,
My
understand the
father,
situation.
my parents will not. I think the only time I remember my dad telling me he loves me was when I was
Yeah,
like 14 years old.
yeah.
When I
See,
think I had an issue,
yeah,
I had a quarrel with my parents, or I
yeah,
did something and I was really upset. So
yeah.
I wasn't talking to my mom. I was quarreling with my mom.
See this
So
guy,
in the evening, I don't know,
teenage.
my dad now came into the room. My dad was not talking. You know, saying, "We love you. Remember, we love you," and all that. That's the only time I start. Like, I'm sure he has said this some other time, but that's the only one that sticks to my memory. But you don't have to tell me my father loves me. The thing saying it doesn't mean anything. His actions are what is important. The sacrifice my father has made for me, the things he has done for me, the love he has shown me. I don't need you to tell me. I don't care. I don't need him to explain.
I think
I
that's the
love
thing.
you. It makes no sense to me.
People want them to see love from their own perspective. And I think we need to understand that. Okay, of course, nowadays these millennials we want to hear some of these things within our parents. We want to see ourselves in it. Want to sit amongst our friends. Want to see our friends saying, "Oh, I love you," or doing public admiration or whatever it is. We want to see it, but most we shouldn't shove these things over people's throats. If that's how they want to deal with their relationship, fine for them.